Hey, what's up guys? And for today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and try on of both the Ice Cream Beauty Bag as well as the Ice Cream Beauty Box. So these both just arrived today. They did get here a little bit later than I thought that they would, but that is okay. So probably go ahead and start with the bag. So both of these are a monthly subscription. This is by far one of my absolute favorite makeup subscription boxes that I get every month. Definitely think that it's much better than Ipsy / BoxyCharm. So the bag retails for $12.50 every month. You do get 3 full-size products. Sometimes we've gotten a 4th extra product added in, and then the box, typically this does come in a box. I can't remember if this was just a temporary packaging or if this was going to be like their holiday packaging, but this retails for $25 every month, and you're always going to be getting 5 to 7 full-size items every single month. And I've gotten this subscription, I think, going on a year or so, and for both of them, you always get makeup products, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So if you are a makeup lover, 100%, this is a subscription for you. You usually do always get indie makeup in here. That I've discovered quite a few indie brands, or just brands in general, that are new to me. So that's another reason why I really like this box and the bag. So we'll start opening the bag. So this is the typical packaging, the marble type of bag that it comes in every single month. So let me just take everything out of here real quick. Both the box and the bag are going to come with a info card, so it's going to have the item, a small description, as well as the price. So this month we are getting 3 items. So the first one here is going to be from Trifle Cosmetics, and this is a liquid glow liquid luminizer, and this retails for $25. It's like a pink tint to it. Might be a little too dark for me, but we'll try this out. Then the next thing is also going to be from Trifle Cosmetics, and this is a Jelly Juice tinted lip glow. And this retails for $12. So it comes in like a little squeezy tube. So this is supposed to be a high shine tinted formula as it kind of squeezes itself out of here. I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of this so that we don't waste any product. It's like a strawberry scent to it. And it does have a nice tint. Very, very comfortable to wear. Excited to have that. I will definitely get use out of that. It does also have a really nice shine to it, and I really like the scent of this. And then for both the box and the bag, you always get a palette, which I really like. So for this month, she was featuring dedessignature in both the bag and the box. So this month was going to be the Skewer collection, and you had the option of choosing between one of 4 palettes, or for a very limited time you were able to pick up all 4 of them. I decided to just pick up one of them. I did like the other color stories, but this was the one that I liked the most, and this is the palette that I selected. So it's the Juicy Skewer palette, and this is the color story on the inside. I think the color story in here is absolutely beautiful, particularly this yellow right here. Beautiful, beautiful neon yellow. My only kind of complaint about this palette is kind of the wasted packaging here and here. I think that they could have just done one long piece of cardboard here and called it a day, but that's neither here nor there. Very excited to have this. I have used some of her other palettes in the past. I picked up her Plume collection the day that it launched, and I still have yet to get around to reviewing that, so that is still on my to-do list. But she does have a beautiful formula if you've never tried her palettes. And all of the palettes in the Skewer collection do retail for $18. So that's everything that we got in the bag this month, and now moving on to the box. All right, and for this month, it looks like we are getting 5 items. So the first thing that I'm seeing here is by Lash Step, and this is the Snatched Mascara. I do have their lash primer, and they do have a really nice lash primer. And this is going to be a fiber-infused mascara to build incredible length, and it retails for $21. So here's the outside packaging. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like a faux leather type of packaging. Yep, definitely a fiber mascara. Here's what the wand looks like. You can see the fibers right there on the outside. I do really like fiber mascaras. I also really like fiber eyebrow gels, so I'm definitely excited to give this a try. And then next is going to be a tinted lip balm by Lovebird. Looks like it's also going to be like a kind of pinky color, and this is in the shade Smooch. Provide just a hint of a tint. It's going to be a nourishing lip balm, and it retails for $10. It's a really pretty tint. And going on the back of my hand, it did feel really, really smooth. So at some point before I finish today's look off, I'll go ahead and switch this off and try this on just to try it out. Didn't really notice too much of a scent. There's kind of like a very slight kind of sweet scent to it. And then next, this is going to be a foundation brush, and I believe that this is by Cheeky Rose Beauty, and this brush retails for $38. Ooh, that's really soft. So here's what it looks like right here. I've heard really, really good things about this brand and their makeup brushes, so I'm really excited to try this. So I know that a lot of this style of brushes are supposed to provide like a streak-free type of coverage. You brush it on in circular motions, and then if you want more full coverage, then you can just pat it on. So I will definitely be giving this a try today. And then next, this is by Bo Babe Beauty, and this is a liquid eyeshadow in the shade Chocolate Bronze. I have one of their kind of like face contour bronzer palettes, and I do really like it. A little bit on the pricey side, but so far the one product that I do have from them, I do like it. So here's what it looks like. Definitely very somewhat luxurious packaging. It's like a golden bronze type of color. Okay, so it's like a brush applicator. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's like a, wouldn't necessarily call it a chocolate color. This is more like a molten goldy bronze type of color. That's beautiful. If you have the lid space, I think that this would be an absolutely beautiful eyeliner. And true to what it says on the back of the card, it says that it dries really quickly, and no kidding. From the time of application to wiping it off was less than 15 seconds. So that definitely dries quickly, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you are starting out and you need help with blending, this might be a little bit tricky to work with, but we'll try to use it today and see how it does. And then that retails for $30. That's expensive. And then last, we are getting another palette by dedessignature. Now you were able to choose between one of two palettes. You could either choose between the Classic Autumn or the Jingle Bell Ruby palette. I do actually have both of them. So this is what it looks like. I didn't choose either, just simply because I already had both of them to begin with, so I will pass this along in a giveaway and let me grab both of mine. I also bought this a while ago and I haven't gotten the chance to get around to using it. That is still on my bucket list, meaning today. So here is the Classic Autumn palette. Here's what the shades look like right here. And then the other palette that you could have chosen between one or the other, or you could have picked up both of them for a limited time, is going to be the Jingle Bell Ruby palette. Here's the outside packaging. I did have a slight casualty, so ignoring the mess inside of my palette here. Here's what this color story looks like. Really, really beautiful. I don't necessarily know between the two of these which one is my favorite, because I do really like both of these color stories. And I'll get to swatches of these in just a second. And both of these palettes individually retail for $35. So it says, get ready to fall in love with these mesmerizing shades from dedessignature. Whether you choose the warm, earthy hues of the Classic Autumn or the festive sparkle of Jingle Bell Ruby, these palettes are made for endless creativity. Packed with pigmented, buttery shades, each palette offers a stunning mix of mattes and chrome shades to take you from subtle to glam in one swipe. Use a fluffy blending brush to create soft, smoky looks, or layer the shimmer shades on with your fingertip for maximum sparkle. Alright, you guys, let me go ahead and zoom you on in and we'll get started on using all of these products. It's only been a couple days since I filmed, but for some reason it feels like an absolute eternity. Alright, I forgot to do my brows, so let me do that real quick and prime my eyes, and we'll be right back. I did not plan out these looks, so I'm going to try my best to use all three of these palettes to create a cohesive look. So bear with me as we attempt to use all three of these palettes. I know that I definitely want to use that bright yellow shade in the Juicy Skewer palette, so that is definitely going to be utilized today. So just swinging by the seat of my pants, I think the very first shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be in the Jingle Bell Ruby palette, and it's going to be this shade right here. And this is called Bright Ruby. It's another cold day here in the hood, but it's perfectly fine with me. I do love colder weather. Anyways, we tend to keep our house in the summertime and the wintertime around 68 degrees. And it's kind of funny how during the summertime 68 feels so cool as compared to the outside weather, and then in the wintertime it feels so good compared to the outside weather and feels nice and warm. Right now it's currently about maybe 32 degrees outside, and I'm one of the typical natives that I really do like the cold weather, so I have my window open currently. Not uber pigmented right off the bat, but I think for some of these lighter shades that's kind of to be expected, but this is building really nicely. I think to darken that up just a little bit, I'm going to go back into that same palette, and I'm going to take this kind of darker grass green shade right here, and this is called Noel Night. Just add a little bit of that to my crease, I first discovered Dede's signature, I believe in another Ice Cream Beauty box. It was her Cappuccino palette, I think what it is. And her shimmers, y'all, are absolutely spectacular. I'd say and this is a very petty pet peeve, my only pet peeve with this brand is how many misspellings there are. On the Plume Collection box from Dede's signature, it's missing the C for collection and says collection. I'm assuming that that was not intentional. And then even on the Classic Autumn palette right here, for eggplant, it says eggplant, and I do believe in the new one, the typo is corrected. But again, that's probably a very petty pet peeve on my behalf. I mean, it's not a big deal. Her product quality is beautiful. So next, to blend out both of those green shades, I'm going to go in with that gorgeous, gorgeous yellow shade right here in the Skewer palette, and this is called Banana. Again, y'all, I have no idea what type of look I'm going for. I'm just kind of seeing where the brush takes me. That's a gorgeous yellow shade. I really like that. All right, and then I think to darken up the outer corner a little bit, I'm going to go into the Classic Autumn palette. I'm going to go in with this really beautiful kind of pine green color right here, and this is called Kiwi. As I mentioned earlier, one thing that I just absolutely love about this subscription is the amount of indie makeup brands that are in here. I have discovered so many good brands, so many incredible products. I'd say most of the indie brands that I have products from, I have discovered from Eyescream Beauty Box. So I'm very, very happy to see that they included more of Dede's signatures in here because, again, her quality of her shadows is just absolutely beautiful. She's been releasing teasers of the new larger palette that she's going to be releasing soon, and I'm so excited to see the full reveal because I will absolutely be picking that up. I think my favorite thing from this brand in terms of her eyeshadows is going to be her Chromebook. Right now we're still on volume 1. I think she's sold out a few times, and I hope she comes out with another one because it's absolutely beautiful. I really, really like this shade. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the last 3 shades that I used, blend that out, and I'll be right back. I'm just laying down some glitter primer. I'm gonna try to take a shimmer shade from each palette if at all possible to make this look somewhat cohesive. Might look a little funky, but I'm gonna go for it. So the first shade that I'm gonna use is gonna be out of the Classic Autumn palette, and it's gonna be this really beautiful shade right here. This is called Mushroom. Then after that, I really wanna use the red. So I'm going to go into the Juicy Skewer palette, and I'm going to use the red shade right here next to that called Apricot. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to go into the Jingle Bell Ruby palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and this is called Crispy Holidays. And that one also has a typo. It says Crispy Whole Days instead of Holidays. I will say with her special shades, so like her Duochromes, Multichromes, they are a little bit on the flakier side, so I do go in with primer, but her typical shimmer shades are not flaky at all. But the payoff from them is just beautiful. Like that mushroom shade is so, so pretty. All right, now I'm going to go in with that Apricot shade. This is just one of her typical like shimmer shades, and it is gorgeous. I'm going to cover most of the rest of my lid with this because I'm going to lay that really pretty Crispy Holidays shade right on top of that. All right, now we're going to go in with the Crispy Holidays shade. I'm going to just pat my finger in the pan. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Like I said, I'm going to lay a little bit of that over the red shade and a little bit of it also over the mushroom shade. I really like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the other eye off camera, and I will be right back. I really like how this eye look turned out. Definitely very Christmassy, looks like a Christmas tree. So I think that what I'm going to do, because I do really want to try out this shadow, I really hope I don't ruin this eye look, but I'm going to attempt to use this as an eyeliner. So let's give this a try. Again, I don't have a lot of lid space, so I'm gonna have to try to keep this as close to my lash line as possible. But I do really, really like this color. It is so pretty. Now here's where the struggle begins because I really suck at doing this on my left eye. I definitely want to try this like all over my lid with just like some brown eyeshadow or like bronzer in the crease, and with that all over the lid. I think that would look really, really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try out the mascara. Really excited to try this mascara. I really, really do love fiber mascaras. Just gonna curl my lashes. Curious to see if this eyeshadow is gonna crack. Sometimes I feel like some of the liquid eyeshadows, kind of like some of the liquid liners, end up cracking over time. Let's give this a go. And y'all, I'm sorry that I don't have a lot of lid real estate, but we make do with what we got. So this feels like it's a little bit on the drier side, which personally doesn't bother me. I'm not really a huge fan of overly wet mascaras, especially because I do have hooded lids. That is a beautiful mascara. Here's with, here's without. I think that is really, really nice. I think that this type of mascara would look really nice underneath lashes or for more of your natural makeup type of days, because this is kind of a very light but somewhat wispy type of look to your lashes. So I definitely really like this. I'm going to go ahead and plop on that other lip balm just to try it out. Ooh, that's really comfortable. I actually think I like the way this one feels better than the other one. Unbelievably smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest lip balms I think I've ever used. Very, very slight tint, really, at least on me, to the point you can't hardly see it, but I think I might actually go on their website and purchase more of those because of just how comfortable that is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face, grab a foundation, and we'll be right back to try out the brush. All right, for foundation today, I'm just gonna go in with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Foundation, and mine is in the shade 20 Light Cool. Just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand and then dot it all over my face. So upon first impression, I did just go in with a light layer, so I'm gonna add a little bit more in areas that I need it, but this brush is unbelievably soft. I don't notice any areas of streaking. I don't feel like it took away any of the foundation, so this might be my new foundation brush. This is really, really nice. If you like brushes more than you like sponges, I definitely recommend picking this up after trying it for the first time. It laid down my foundation absolutely beautifully. Okay, I'm going to lay down my concealer and then I'm going to try out the luminizer right here, and then we'll go in with my powder products. Right before I set that, I'm going to go in with that liquid luminizer. I do kind of feel like this is going to be a little too dark for me, but we'll try it out. Kind of feel like this might create like a gray cast. It is buildable. Very kind of subtle tint of pink. Doesn't look like it's going to give me a gray cast, which is nice, but I think that for me personally, this would make a better like glowy primer than a highlighter, and I'm pretty fair skinned, so yeah, I think that this would definitely look better as a primer for me personally than a luminizer. This might show up a little bit better on someone with a deeper skin tone. Otherwise, in person, I know it might be a little hard to tell on camera, but in person there is definitely a subtle little touch of pink. I think this might even look really nice as like a blush topper. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, and then we'll come back and we'll finish off the lower lash line. And I will let you guys know my thoughts on the Ice Cream Beauty Box and Bag for the month of November. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and finish off the lower lash line. So I think that I'm going to go in with one of the kind of like red burgundy shades to kind of tie this look together. So I think I'm going to go into the Jingle palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And this is called Rudolph Cookies. Alrighty, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the last of my eye makeup. I'll zoom you guys on out and we'll go over my thoughts and opinions on the November Ice Cream Beauty Box and Bag. Alright, you guys, and this is going to be the final look using all of my products that I received in the November Ice Cream Beauty Box and Bag. I'm very happy with how this look turned out. Absolutely love the eyeshadow. And let's go ahead and we'll do a quick rundown of all of the products. So starting off with products from the bag. So in terms of the luminizer, I do like this, and weirdly enough, it showed up a little bit better after I applied a powder product on top of it. But I do still think that this would make a really beautiful topper for a liquid blush, and I definitely want to try this as an actual primer because I think I'd be able to see more of that luminizing effect, more so than using this as a highlighter. Then in terms of the Jelly Juice Tinted Lip Glow, I really, really like this. I think this would be absolutely beautiful over a red lip. It's really comfortable to wear. It did have a very light tint of red to it, and it had absolutely beautiful shine. And then obviously the star of this is going to be the palette. I do know Dedesignature's formula a little bit, so I was really excited that she was featured in this month's bag and box. So absolutely love the color story in here. This red shimmer shade is absolutely beautiful. This yellow had incredible pigment for being more of a neon yellow. Her mattes blend out really, really nicely. I've never had a problem with them being patchy. They blend effortlessly, and her shimmers, multi-chromes, duochromes, special shades are all absolutely beautiful. So that same compliment does still extend to both of these palettes as well. Absolutely beautiful, especially her shimmer shades. Her special shades are just absolutely gorgeous, and I will continue to collect her palettes. The only issue that I have, again, just being petty, is just the spelling errors, but that's just the kind of person I am. But that's really not that big of a deal. Her quality absolutely speaks for itself. And then moving on to the mascara, I do really like this mascara. It's not the most layerable. When I tried going in with a second coat, my lashes did feel a little bit crispy. So I think that this would do better maybe laying on top of another mascara as your second coat, or just utilizing this for a one and done. But again, I do think that this would be really, really beautiful for the more natural type of days, because it did have a very soft kind of wispy look to my lashes. So I do definitely really like this. My lashes are separated, they look lengthened, and I think that they did look a little bit more curled after using this. And then in terms of the lip balm, this is a new favorite. I'm going to be going on their website and purchasing more of these. This is probably one of the most comfortable lip balms I have ever used. The tint is really not that noticeable, so if you are looking for a fantastic lip balm upon first impressions, this is fabulous. And then in terms of the brush, this is my new favorite foundation brush. This is extremely smooth. It did not take off any of the foundation. It built up really nicely. There were no streaks on my face whatsoever. This is a fantastic brush, and I'm very, very happy to have this. And then last but not least, the liquid eyeshadow. First of all, I think that this packaging is really, really pretty. Maybe a little bit overpriced for what it is. It is a liquid shadow, but the shade is absolutely gorgeous. Like this, like I said, molten kind of bronzy gold type of color. It was incredibly easy to lay down across my lid as a liner. It is an absolutely gorgeous shade. I definitely want to try this all over the lid. And looking up close at it, there is no cracking in it whatsoever. I don't feel like any tightness on my lid at all. So I think definitely as a liner, this is absolutely beautiful, and it did dry down very, very quickly. So yeah, guys, that's my final thoughts and opinions on the November Eyescream Beauty Box and Bag. 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. Both of these were absolutely fantastic. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys subscribe to Eyescream Beauty. Whether you guys do or not, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the products in this bag. Do you guys think it was worth the $25 for the box and the $12.50 for the bag? Let me know. But thank you guys for watching another one of my videos today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do tend to upload pretty frequently throughout the week, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.